leaks no start hey ebi maba ti ye de ube room na ye de us na tumi abrel pa o se ye diska ube diska so my bet ma catch you say twa my bet because omo na wudi a ombetua de ama ekofo bu a wudi a grand audit 3 months no more audit mi wa twa bet na wadi ni nyina so green o I was some deposit on debit account and on credit account say the udi and your credit account no afi no mo say grand audit udis ka kase sana my bet sa be your star me minim chum omo de no ko fire for fire chum D500 and by 2000 and after I think 2010 World Cup. 2010 World Cup, yeah. Discuss yes, my bet sama on here because my bet sending a message kaje say what di and pass kan wa ha emu ye pese ume wiase nyina hu say what this ka we then call radio tour nkofo bi wa wodi o ma wo hwehwom kra hu company we do o ma mo kontima mum de monim safari bet me say me di 1.7 117 cities, 170 cities. It did 3 weeks. Asa no mutua. Akwa bi ye mistake no kutwa. Sa asem ne kopie o court. Morris ampa mo ni dis asem na chi. La show. Poa mo no mo ko no. Akwa ni sika odi nyino ma mfa ma no. Ti azumi se sa bet na o twa no twa man beta. Akwa ye tam. Ti twa wo man bet. Na ho na wudi a omo besa mo ayo star na bibia so ayede akoye show no live my bet Africa ti my bet ni boom na what intem kakra na the Africa na ayede aba Facebook so na street is watching Facebook na ABN Radio 1 Facebook na ukọ YouTuber ene de ba akopɛ channel ne ye ba akopɛ MYBET.AFRICA TV. MYBET.AFRICA TV. Na fi bibi anso na atumi akoye. Join the show no. Afi baby black market baby ye di dwa ho. We exchange money. Sika dwa na ye di wo ho Telegram account ho na ye di us ne bibia ho na ye di gu. Ti bo mo dey join Sports Arena SPORTS. Now what in term kakra ARENA Arena. And then DJ US OTN live my bet online radio OTN imuta ho clear ti usu betime tie ho se hwe na bia Facebook ni ade na ye because bi ho a opeso hwe show no ba ni phone opeso sa so de yade nti ko my bet online ho na eno na be that top was na what the phone na yade ba ade ye de opeso de ye obeti bibia ye kan bia ya sa project show ni live my bet shop bia wo Ghana bia nti ube ko na list me da so potwe ami dwamanum enye easy nti be ransom ni mu endra de it was a bad day for investors my bet di mi papa o de chese utwa so na essay utwa so ukwa wego ni ahye ne 4 ukwa we ni ahye ne sei ukwa we ni chese over 1.5 okwabra na hwe boche 1-0 sebet no endo na mu ya papa but yen yet say taxi driver ye nya isesa ye nkofie nti my bet ye ni ombe chia yam so season afi na eba nti ombe di embi but kese na ya na ibedi omo kese na ya na ebe de ibedi omo nti no join me na yenkeka ya adwumbum ni ye hye oso no na yemfa mia my bet o anko na bibia nso ye de ye hu se ye di omo betua ene ye bedi omo pa de atia no ye bedi omo papa ti yanhwe my bet education kakra ha bia my bet wo enema sonko bi omo de man na community shield na e baso ene Chelsea wo game 6 p.m. community shield in Super Bass weekend way. It's English Premier League, no, the young community shield at the pair. No, say for any be. I'm real copper, oh, now you movie league, ya. Now just a calculate, and I just say, Bible. Yes, show my better education and we are near about answer transfer news and it appears Ganacho eba Xavi Simons eba and a Chelsea I nearby a bit my the insight of a almost squad because squad numbers aba so team no now ni team ni muses ya now ni numbers now Chelsea asamatu ni squad number asamatu new player who fear bonten but you wait to be squad number but what would ni list no so see na still ye Chelsea player na there asema to kusi nti ye the star players ni din be dem ebe bro na wahu de ekọ ene dia eba ewo no so na Liverpool ACL I was a Chelsea signing defender na say I was say rely on Chaluba, James Fofana is back, Tosin, Adarabioyo, Hatu, Anase Ebibu. So call let's say, you go to defender. Ebimu say na Moremo Inter will defender left footed. You go Fanembra. Ebimu say o Chelsea call a Lille Metropole. Brazilian player bi o your friend Ribeiro. Mbo brutal Chelsea ko Fanembra. Ebimu say oh there be Renato Vieira at Chelsea or a Chelsea player no want to integrating back. No me boy here hono. Is answer Juventus say one ko boy na team say nyama ko ye de man ne ade. Ti ye be hwe dynamics no e ho na bibia so no etumi ayede akoye e ho no. Ti money man ye hwe my better education kakra na ye me hwe news no.
Okay, so I my better education and send ya obobo so league ni dia sha area no. So community shield ba now who's a super cup and so na mo na a league na sha I the be Champions League na na ba. Nti obi pese otwa better. Me too for say league ni ba be sha and for sika nko to baby a ho be chill. MYBET.AFRICA ne twa bet wo ho. Send ya wudi a won so betimi afis ka. Nti ene ko www.MYBET.AFRICA na won so timi twa bet wo ho na won so face ka. Who run a platform ni mo very simple. On the top right corner, we say icon be or my circle ni green. Umia so we log in and register. Umia register ni so three simple steps. Now so they akwa ko busu. The first one your phone number. Ubo phone number. The other mobile money transactions. Ubo shemwa. Now for the what to also ko username. Username beti me your nickname. Ufie din bia pese we use bia. O de shewa ebeba. Ubone biom ka so bi so use that now the number ba ko mienu account send e bema na different from other people on more platforms. Now for the what password now we pese we use ni wi a ubo shema confirm password no abo eno so ahye ho na for the bibia etimi akoye uwi a wakwa ko MYBET ebusia no eno anso abo register no so no ma send verification code no a verify your account. No more options e ba be weekend we bet builder ubetimi use bet builder option with just one game ubetimi nya 10 different selections e wo ho aka bonus 1500 ne mu apeja akwa kodu nti ade a meka chero ni say MYBET.AFRICA with aka bonus 1500% uye selections no now sika ne mu yedu now fa obi wo ho a bet twa ne den nti bet fit no e ho na mede ma weekend unim teams mpo abe select unim teams ebo nti we bet fit MYBET for ape expect o ma select bet ne go ade a ohia e alter here opese udi weekend we no afa no I editing why ba ko mienu send ya so betimi afiska nti ene ope bebi abetwa bet afiska mu edu na ehumba asema metufu se kona kotwa bet MYBET.AFRICA
kotwa MYBET.AFRICA kotwa bet no MYBET.AFRICA na bibia so enkoye na ndra Barcelona player just all extending the contract just enye yi ayimu de osomu de na ye flyer wa ha me no ka say ndra na jona here you go ko for not terminating the contract mo join Anasa utimi se Barca de ohia atonko for no hey Barca de me sure say Ibrahim Ama was casting omo ohia pa omo best defender last season he was their best defender omo best defender obi omo extending the contract 2030 no 2025 omo terminating the contract ma kwa na ko join wo kwa ko jiska o Saudi enko for ne brutal omo be register player ba ko agi to omo ton players 9 Edi asem kure ni boni be pa na basa ye. Eti abrante na yimu de ne ye flyer say odi na the face of Basa no. 36 say ona
Basa team ni kuta.
Basa team no na the face no. O nti wo hwe pictures three na bo say Musiala ne yi Joao Pedro ena Arsenal player no ena show no Odegaard na Basa so omo face na wo no. Me no ka say omo Basa for terminating the contract. Say one city cry omo enya free player ni mu. Me ko ana safo no crazy puduo epe players atono Basa ti ya no mo se ne terminate ne ko headache mo di adwuma na mo ye ne sa no sa player we Chelsea bet 50 million the amount answer for I'm telling you it is a bit shock you it adwuma ne de e no be easy o if it be easy do am because that player he was one of the Basa best. He played more minutes than almost all the defenders and a world league. Though under Xavi no nyabimbo. But he was the player, no a go-to guy as a defender. On a constant factor on Kubasi. And because of that, in the moment contract extension, say, oh, Bible do more than the Amabasa. Na anasa fona ba anya ton na abeton na so wanya sika se na be ya usika ehun akwa atwe de amamo no mu benya kakra o ma terminate akwa no contract taking ni wage ne from the wage bill no na for de ko ne mrante. This is the master class and ko for na da na di wo camp no ho na wo yes adi we we are from yen ransom ni mu
yeah yenhwe Inigo Martinez asem na I think senior wo kan no anu no indra me hu se na conversation ni so say on pese o mo hwe no mo terminate ni contract senior o betimi yi na from books mu no na hwe message na eba na ase ne ewo ho se ana safo no hwe development a ekoso wo Basa and I think say na a good deal at least wentimi enyampo unya 5 million kra na e ska betimi dia so ade IBB but say we terminate one of the best defenders contract say on movie send your bit me register players aka emu ye star be especially with now Kubasi so etimi a picky injury into going into next season no Basa first game on bebo no ye be hu Arojo any Christiansen e bit me start among which and also ye nim Basa for fans so bo Araujo dia na omu ye dwa because of the C Champions League no terminating with players contract ade ba ko ha adwinye because that was last season ya no renew the contract by 1 year and Kebe kwa pim 2027. That is that season. Na any oma terminating the contract. I think Anasa anya defender. And ne omo hwe so mbetimi eja Laporte kwan amanako. So mutimi eja Laporte kwan dia. Na eche say Inigo Martinez e baba be shemu a obetimi abo ama bibia etimi akoyi wo. Yenhwe Garnacho hu nsemsem. Na hwe Garnacho a free July num club bia akọ ne ho o say mintie me my imagine say Chelsea na kwan bia so mekọ akobo. Intino anasa Saudi clubs ni bebre ekọ ne ho nkofo bebre o ma dwen so mbekọ ne ho a o ma try a bibia enkoyi nti se ira Garnacho hu nsemsem na ade ba ko ne se Garnacho with personal terms and on Chelsea for uncommon etimi akoso ama personal terms ye waje atum the Chelsea team no nyo obebo but as and now ade a Chelsea for twen ni so mo twen na transfer netimi didi akọ ne wie ye kakra nti edu ho a na ni de o mewiem na fi de score mo won person de Man United no omo de akwa Man United wo nti Garnacho de why na dream say Chelsea no kwan bia so bebo which e ade ba ko a ode a hye ni team say Chelsea team no e ade obeko ni ewia Chelsea a yegusu wo Chelsea no ndra ye be kan ase Levi ko asema ba say wetimi apiki injury na ndra se na conversation ni bibia ko so na minim say kwan bia so no ACL e na ade na ekeka akọ because say Chelsea be ka say omo hwe we scan e beba na bi o metimi we makoto defender for meaning say ekeka ko 6 to 4 months asem ene ehwe ho na ene official statement aba say Levi ko ene ACL intino ontimi en start season no e ma Chelsea inte ene Chelsea fans bebre hwe Chelsea nkoto defender for ana say omo hwe say ombe keep omo ho na ba to media I think say o hwe Chelsea wo at least quality left footers ombe timi abo but the share beba back that is in September Chaluba ewo ho Hatu o matona by ono nso timi bo that is the left center back role and Aselmino which is one quality player. I don't know I didn't on your opportunity here but I think we good ewo ni River Plate time no share the line breaking passes are similar to play a friend we Levi Cole the nti kwan bia so no Enzo Maresca na adwin so be man kwan on betimi abo but we defenders are almost share as now na it will cost Chelsea nyame anim nukrani ebe cost Chelsea to get in another defender a 50 to 70 million asem and almost share nti omo hwe senior development in betimi akoba as now omo nye any emergency say bi omo koto defender bia ba be kan ho but omo hwe say bibia betimi akoye with pre-season games me no ombe bon ombe try omo options omo a far dia ombe start season no without adding a defender and also Levi Cole ebebe na ene rumors e koso ni say as at a Chelsea friendly game omo be ball with Bayer Leverkusen no players mienu ene ebi omo ntimi nya ball ni bi mbo because omo future enya more set na wo Chelsea team no player I friend no Christopher Nkunku and also Nicolas Jackson because ene clubs aba Nicolas Jackson ho de nyame anim nukrani oti aye mbehyew the likes of Bayern Munich aba ho the likes of AC Milan, Juventus, big clubs and aba Nicolas Jackson who ene omo hwe so munya ne service a ebeboa Newcastle so ewo nchen omo hwe se ne o ma mix out on Sesco o ma mix out on some quality players no betimi di Nicolas Jackson etimi abo ewem na ndi wetimi aba bebo omo echi ho na bibia etimi akoye nti Chelsea so value no still enenam 80 kwan bia so no omo value no ahead of Hugo Ekitike ahead of Benjamin Sesko nti se wo hia Nicolas Jackson with 80 to 100 and a Chelsea betimi ejan but as of now the possibility of Nicolas Jackson leaving Chelsea very high. I don't think say he will still be a Chelsea player going on next season nti ono ni Christopher Nkunku and a players and Chelsea friendly on bebo no ye be more time ebi omo ntimi nye bimbo because omo hwe decide omo future na before the 15th of August no so mbejo omo kwan kra mo mako ama bibia etimi atoye ewo ho na indra ye bebo Sesko say wasign ya Man United na ene wetimi akwa kodu United ene the medicals bibia betimi akomu ochina ombebo friendly with Florentina anopa omo ho no be unveiling papa for Benjamin Sesko into your Man United fan me mawati asese ochina omo friendly ombebo no ye be announce Benjamin Sesko ono nso mu betimi hu the new sign na aba Man United I think a great sign in Man United ya be kan hu nsem bibre a high risk senior obi aka no likely so betimi aba na waba be ti se Hoyland ana so betimi aba be sa key striker na Man United hia no enso emre ene be kire going into the season ye be hwe Sesko ne modern ball betimi abo na enije ba akwa aba ne se Thomas Partey ene Villarreal for etimi assign no na ohwe am statement om de buy omunim se ne ho nsɛmsɛm okoso but ade ba akwa omo hwe ne se omunim se omo ogidie kakra se bia Partey betimi ayi ne ho afiri nsɛm no etimi aba be gine mu na we picture here that's why Villarreal for official way omo the tool so we Partey omo make sure so omo di ni crew na bobo so ni age bibia da ha nteche se omo value player ni ye na omo hwe se kwan bia so no obeba be ka team no ho na bibia etimi akoyi enso ewo ho na Paris Saint-Germain ye business ohwe recently obi post here ohwe Liga transfers ekoso a Paris Saint-Germain this season omo inform sika mpo nko kan player bia the like of Strasbourg money Monaco mu and eto players but Paris Saint-Germain Zabanye omo hwe so mbetimi awie bibia ma na etimi aba be ka ho na with Zabanye ebe mu no ni bibia ebetimi akoyi a ono nso betimi aba be that Paris Saint-Germain play omo hwe na Bournemouth omo ye mo wan ye pa because hwe omo center backs 4 no omo echi 4 no mato mu 3 inti ohwe a Keke score Dean Hawson ko ene se Zabani enso timi ko a meaning tell echi ho ne de kwan aba abeda ho ama ene yeso mutimi add players ema bibia enso etimi ko yi ho Zabani moving to Paris Saint-Germain no omo hwe se 65 million eno mo de to player ne so Paris Saint-Germain agia atum so betimi etua ama metimi enya that Marquinhos replacement no mo hwe ene se Marquinhos ni wa either Bernard ene begine mu bo nti ene so mutimi nyo no enso ebeka ho meaning say Kimpembe kra eni ho a ombetimi enya center back fofora onu nso betimi egine metimi abo ama bibia etimi akoye ana sa ne transfers no wi after Indigo Martinez omo hwe se Kingsley Coman omne ba Munich gusu di edi ko
me ba enhwe Zabanya
yes
Paris Saint-Germain. I think they are the world beaters now.
Yes.
European champions. Champions, you have to defend it.
Yeah.
Which one defense options or more and what does this guy brings in the short term? Obviously, ABR, you are looking at the age. That means one side say maybe he will be the replacement, long-term replacement for Marquinhos. What does it bring? The other defenders no nyina no enye dem fa we mu.
We have Paris Saint-Germain defensive setup now. We Marquinhos, Pacho. Now you Bernarda. No about your friend is saying Kimpembe injury now or Messi out almost last season now. These 4 defenders no Oshe Muya, Kimpembe any Pacho. Almost similarities near pay. The way omu yusu omu pace, omu yusu ahoɔden, omu yusu that strength on the ball no. Omu timie bibia. Now Oshe on the other side Marquinhos that unse mostly say both defensive pairing na say baako ye shina baako ye cold kaka say no betimi apiki those loose balls and no na Marquinhos or Paris Saint-Germain setup no na Bernardo no ade baako ne say yehu against Chelsea Paris Saint-Germain fans ni be complain say missing out Pacho ni ade baako e cause you in that Chelsea game because of the defensive awareness Bernardo any na ohwe ade a Zebani na oye Bournemouth no bringing the best out of Dean Howson because no making sure say or pick those second balls no e cover up ye man more no zutimi nya time e ko nenim e ko bobo na e so obo no nti ene so mo hwe a better replacement for Marquinhos I think Bernardo in an case o ene nko no na betimi agine but from past games course no mehu say oni that ability no mo hwehwe e wo a replacement for Marquinhos mo enu nti na o maba Zebania from the start of the transfer window no started so more Bournemouth for Pumu so munya player we omo pen omo call with 40 omo reject here as of now packaging 70 way 65 and Zebani onyi afen we di 23 e ko 24 mu nti ene so timi we ma in a long term no or assurance say Marquinhos squad he can sit in that team with Pacho betimi abo momodi ama bibia etimi akọ
so that doesn't mean say obi be fee.
Yes, obi be free wa meaning either Kimpembe because as at now no with free injury buy no within free injury buy 2 months and sana season iko na wie but when timi a lot of game time even games are not Pacho ni ho no obi enim say Kimpembe so timi be mbebo but still Bernardo na start here interchese team no ene oni that starting 11 and first no timi command their first no inti so bi betimi akwa I think Kimpembe no mbeja no kwan because of the injury records and the fitness kakra I think Luis Enrique who so we do that level no nim say Kimpembe e wo inti so mbetimi eja defender bi kwan amana kwa I think Kimpembe no mbetimi eja no kwan amana akọ na senya ne edi wie ni Kingsley Coman ene o hwe Luis Diaz aba inti Luis Diaz aba ni gaming time beba fem we o hwe Anasa omo pe another left winger e wo mu team num omo hwe som ni Kingsley Coman ni di nkomo enye mo ase ba Minik Ben adwin so obema na ko because hwe Kingsley Coman age 28 years na at the level of born ball ni sisi omo feel say with we Ruben Diaz and so about no so another 28-year-old no they would like to ship him out or make keep Ruben Diaz ama bibia etimi akoye into on the transfer market ni there
no meba eti we ne movement we anasa pe Coman no it means that it will have an impact Bayern transfer and anasa
transfer yes
now anasa yen said they will have the number of foreign players are above 23 almost limit for that
yes
and Bayern Munich so entering caso season with only one left winger does it mean say Bayern also come back to the market
yes and when me cheche mu say Bayern not or hwehwe players bit say the likes of Nicolas Jackson this your man be beside Chelsea concerning Nicolas Jackson what is going on because omo hwe so mo super player and just so bad team now about the left wing pair but someone who can fit into the number 10 who can also be in that striking role say Hurricane in you yen kai say Matthew tells Oma man call that is Tottenham. Into any omutiminya player or versatile, or betim abo up front, abo number 10, abo from the left winger or mini beji. So in recent contact, Omani Chelsea Nyano, Oma inquire about Nicholas Jackson, the likes of Christopher Nkunku, who was our conversation, and it leads to say they are looking at adding a player, but the price tag, it wouldn't be a huge player because Oma spend 75 on another left winger, and they so another player bemu. Na player and man that versatility no open, but it will cost them more than 80. About be a big problem among. They will surely add a player, but it will depend on would it be a backup or would it be someone or beba. You say up front, obetimi abo baby. I know etimi mind that stableness. Hurricane in your say the number 10 obetimi occupy for Musiala, and now even the left wing games we were MPC about your friends and Luis Diaz or no subetimi ababe jinem and so etimi abo ewo.
So it appears Bayern Munich will need about 2 players.
Yes, as of now they will need 2
attackers.
Players. Yes, 2 attackers.
Because they don't have Hurricane deputy.
Yes.
Jamal Musiala so Epra and almost also need deputy.
Yes.
What about Olise?
With Olise side, they have Kingsley Coman with Ganabry, Serge Ganabry, or new to me both from the right or to me both from the left. But also no age-wise, any form na ni him Ganabry, time we move to Bayern Munich now drop it.
Okay, so me van say 100 a way. Now that when it comes to the left side, the only one.
One, yes, that is.
They will need 2. And you may sure say ABR this Nicholas Jackson deal on it. I think say just to any cost, just to let ABR Newcastle and almost transfer game, because can we say the Stuttgart striker Watermore.
What? Yeah.
We agree in principle to join a year Bayern Munich.
But so mostly a bit next year, based on the way Bayern Munich for sure Munyaman.
No, I think they want to get the difficult ones because we normally agree with your money even Stuttgart in principle. So it's just about say and I think that there is enough time. So they are looking for the difficult ones. It is striking ones. So Jamal Musiala ne obi competing with with all right. Yes. Then answer for ne, would this not affect I
think meaning says so much mania. That is the question. So this transfer would affect Sergio Mane because Obemwa, you say Joao Felix joining them. The agreement was they will try and play him from the left wing, the right wing. If Kingsley Coman meaning Sergio Mane, they would allow him to go. Which form I'll call Anasa or Danidia. It's not the Sergio Mane from Liverpool. From yes are top notch. So they are looking for a player on also a new energy beba setup. So if they're able to get Kingsley Coman, then Sergio Mane's transfer.
And I said that Obabe Kingsley Coman Obabe bought the right side.
No, Kingsley Coman mostly started from the left wing.
But also about two
nina, yes.
So is it possible say the right side
against Tottenham bought from the right side because Luis Diaz coming in, he's coming to start from the left. And one thing Mohuni said, on the last season, Olise games with weighing him a friend saying now Jamal Musiala no more Olise to be as the number 10. Into our Olise no say he can play as a number 10 and also as a winger. Over those days and Chelsea pay a winger who can also play as a number 10. No Olise in the first choice. And Sankrana, Cole Palmer ever into the equation. So with them missing Olise, if Omujama Kingsley Coman kwa, it means that still Pavlovich Bonne Kimmich now they have to play 3 traditional box-to-box midfielders. Then they will rely on the creativity of Olise and Obitise. But then Obitise company a part of
Pep
Guardiola's students. He can still play Olise from the wings. But then when they are attacking, whoever is playing the right back will also come and hold the weight. Then Olise will come inside. So I think that it's hard time. Kingsley Coman say what right now and if you see say they are looking for other attacking options, say we meet my boy a 4-4-2 and whatever formation meet my boy. I think say corner understand for right now almost spending a lot of money. Talis Kako, this guy going in can still play from the right because I don't maybe or obey money achabo. But then if Coman
omo left side one.
Yes.
Omo nkola mi no Brazilian too.
No more German guy back.
Angelo.
Yes.
Omo nyina no mo wana.
Who can buy American?
No,
Anasa, yes.
Omo Angelo. Angelo ya under 23. Nti omo no aha. Ena omo another guy. Ono so ye Brazilian sa. Ono so 23. Nti omo de omo be hye sa category. Say na be ya omo be balance omo ko Champions League.
Yeah.
Aha. Nti na omo lucy omo midfielder baako Portuguese ni no. They've lost that player and omo dey we aba be replace no. And as do reference left way do fi striker no.
Is it the Colombian striker?
Yeah.
They all coughing about
we Duran.
This
Duran ko.
Oh, but still, if Coman me I don't see say he can play from the right.
So Wesley,
Joao Felix can play the number 10.
Wesley na American.
Okay.
Nti Joao Felix ever be replace Duran. Then Sadio Mane, Brozovic. Okay, Otavio so that's what.
And now we used to be called we Laporte.
And it's Laporte replacement
Indigo
Martinez. So defense no no. So I'm looking at one player from the midfield backup. One player from the midfield. No oh yeah, above 23. Because Angelo 23, you know, they can register him. You know, either Otavio and I say Sadio Mane better than Ebeko na easy. And as I must show my team, okay. It's want to answer.
Yes. Inti o share a hodia na send American. So now the play on demand. Our class with Biaba no Nicholas Jackson. O share the way our offers to Tony Nama. Say yes. Player no player bia club bia nya and service on bet me the likes of Newcastle, Bayern Munich and so Aboewim, Juventus and so Aboewim, any AC Milan and so senior Chelsea the way value player no any options Chelsea I now say as and now anything relating to loan or muntie. So it's either you are paying the full money or more expecting no, then the player would move to your side bibia and so ebetimi akoso and that game on mobile no. There are rumors going on only Christopher Nkunku Kwambia, so they are not part of the squad because of future and setting here. So they are looking at them finding something possible for them to also win. But from Nicholas Jackson's side, no, there is a mutual agreement between only Chelsea. Say offer Bibane good he the player is willing to move. The club is also willing to sell her from now to 15th. And at that Chelsea be born the first game that is on the 16th. No, you better senior Bibia ebetimi ako ewo.
Okay.
Yeah. Listo, my main share to you for na Mr. Mama, but I think say transfers no so but then who say call online there's a section of Barcelona fans be on board foot testation and asking me the last time me can't say I mean you cannot blame testing so much. Sebastian to me and register players. They been kwana testage na ya and move is a testage into team register players. And he's also he's working for Barcelona. He wants to go to the World Cup. The last time he wants to go to the World Cup. Now, the last time I came to explain the reason why Barca for no feel is omode testage in crano elko discipline when legal team then they will punish him. Until any wash and no number reported said the captain's armband or my Jeffrey in some temporarily and then they Marcos Aro ebe step in as the captain. And in fact Barca team no every year be every year players need voting for captain based on the seniority and the duration I will do with team anymore. So even if tested in a captain this year, voting. If voting, they will still majority of them will still choose Testegen as the captain. Maybe we'll make choose to be to say Arau then Rafinha. Once Rafinha by any but they voted him to be captain. So every year be a number of players near voting. So even before players never or more annual voting as the traditional they be and Barcelona for the Abba say he's not the captain. They train on now some voting. The voting didn't come on. And some of the players I interviewed to some of the traditional local media, and especially from some of the players, and I mean tested and Sansan on be being Naboni. The last time you said tested in the message about all catcher Basa fans, and they said he's going to do a surgery, a back surgery, as per the advice from the team doctors. Nini BBB operation on the back, or by returning to the pitch after 6 days. That is the staging statement or Twitter. Dear coolers, I wear the colors, blah 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 blah, and I'll say after my last operation on my back, I returned the pitch after 66 days, almost 2 months. This time, the doctors believe about 3 months will be necessary as a precaution to avoid any risk. Listen, some parts no. But the mammy and I'm from my virus now confirmed. That is the stage. Adiama Basa for the both a buffoni by the moment testing be posted online say oh no we pray na obeda Basa for fans din as I said all these years or more time. But then again no Mark Andre testage no or no last time I acquired the back surgery. This is not the first time I acquired. Why you be that? The last time I acquired that back surgery, I spent these 6 days, which is 2 months, and no buy. But this time round, doctors they say, so sounds like another surgery now. I bet na fee more than very close to 3 months. The first paragraph show up. Appreciation to the colors in the Barcelona team. The second one, physically and I feel very good in shape. Although, unfortunately, I'm not free from pain after intensive discussion with the FC Barcelona medical team and external experts. So, apart from Barcelona team, medical team, also the external expert, almost a medical team, almost saying the quickest and the safest way for me to fully recover is through back surgery. So, he didn't want to do the surgery. But then, from Barca team, it could do a bit of Barca for the crowd for say. Or no Mark-Andre testage on Concoy, and then they also consulting an external experts. No, so or yes, number one. Now let's read the first and second, the third and fourth paragraph from testage release or end some time ago. Or say after my last operation on my back, I returned to the pitch after 66 days, almost 2 months. This time, the doctors believed about 3 months will be necessary as a precaution to avoid any risk. Emotionally, it hurts a lot not being able to support the team during this time. Fortunately, the rehabilitation is manageable and the road back is clear. I'll keep you updated on my recovery, and I sincerely want to thank you all, dear colleagues, for always being by my side. Intene, they commune one report they just don't understand the reason why Mark-Andre testage in the quarter abundance and the injury I had 3 months. Honda Buffon started by. Now let me explain the reason why Barca for the Buffon, because these two they wanted this boy. The last time I can't just say only Barca for the relationship that broke it down because Barca for no requested for the consent to send his medical report after the surgery. They say and you be an no Mark-Andre testage They said obe take over 4 months. As na why they will recover. But player no say from the expert say only 4 months. Now listen, I mentioned the reason why it's a Barca for no person fan call La Liga hon. And the Spanish Football Union they are in support of obi to say Mark-Andre testage. So no ma ho kwan Barca for no timi emfa ne report, the medical report to La Liga without the consent. Now, Barca situation if they want to clear somebody after last season how we registered Dani Olmo. They were able to register Dani Olmo because Christensen in your injury. And Christensen injury no obe close to 4 months. So they provided Christensen report to the La Liga for them to send at least Christensen 80% a bit register Dani Olmo. Now they wanted to send the report said the goalkeeper or number one or captain. Wakwa surgery. And now Sansino obe messy close to 4 months. And La Liga branches say, "Who percent player be proud? Now percent who replacing the phone register another new player in register now. The injury duration has to be more than 4 months. I feel so what you say.
Yeah.
So Barca needed to prove that Akra injury no more than 4 months. Akra no so prana ba out abeka say on so injury no nyame aduma 3 months pepe on so beba. So if one man who kwai ma Barca for na kwan ko prove and La Liga for say in 4 months they cannot register one goalkeeper am concern one Garcia. Now and the man injury no year then omo relationship it broke it down. Now listen to all. Look at Obi to say Juan Garcia. He is the only goalkeeper. Sorry, goalkeeper I'm signing this season with Roger Szczesny. They haven't been able to register both Szczesny and Abranta and the other Juan Garcia, who they believe say Obabeye the number 1. Now say me the picture be at virus nya ho no dey atoso amaye. Oko Barcelona players are currently Omuye registered under Barcelona La Liga so listo. There's something fishy, and I say be a different from Inaki Pina side, any Mark Andre Ter Stegen side. Meaning so be who at the crowd. Ter Stegen number. He doesn't have a club or a squad number. Inaki Pina is say number 13. Inaki Pina and there are teams chasing him, and Inaki Pina will say one guy say will be 2 Mark Andre Ter Stegen. Now say Roger Szczesny eba be number 2 na say enye bia say the captain of the team ne ho to no oba me Inaki Pina I'll be the 4th choice goalkeeper. So he also wants to move. Listo Sebastian for ntimi register one guy say ni mu ya Inaki Pina say almost 30 season and adman next week. Inaki Pina has to be in the post for a year Barcelona. Now the way Inigo Martinez Akono, for a player who came on as a free transfer from free rest died by. Then again, the first season one shouldn't playing time, but last season listo, he is a starter about more minutes. If not, maybe Kobasi will more minutes as on Inigo Martinez. No other defender in the Barcelona setup any more minutes. One, he's a leader, and he's one player. What's also a boy Obitza Kobasi ye pa. The reason why Abranta Nakono is not as if say maybe Barca couldn't even take money from the PIF, the Saudi investment fund for them. But the thing is, when last year Inigo Martinez extended a contract for Barcelona, it was in say if any Saudi club bar because Abranta was when year 34 years, so why because 35, he has to go to Saudi. No one with Gabba list to Scar Inigo Martinez no Joe Barca 40 million euros per year. Medical catch say clubs like Barca and Real Madrid, they are big clubs. So whenever they are signing you, they are giving you more money. So they be Obi to say Liverpool, Tottenham meet me for Sky MYBET say if such club wants to come and sign you, the club has to go beyond here the amount of money we are paying you. Now listo, if you look at the situation, 40 million of Inigo Martinez a year no listo, it's not enough to register Juan Garcia. It's not enough because Juan Garcia no almost 20 for Espanyol and Barca agreed to pay that money in installments. So it means that this calendar year na year no Barca still has to pay the installment for Juan Garcia and also the salary. So that 40 million euros every no already Barca for no the 1:1 rule no they are still behind it. They are still behind the 1:1 rule no. Now Uchaki Barca for now, they have 2 priorities. They have to register almost best 7 players. Community countries, some of the academy players are right now 18. They have to register them. Jared Martin, your part. Rooney Badge, Mkofon Free Copenhagen, Roger Szczesny, Marcus Rashford, and goalkeeper Juan Garcia Munina Ekahon. But the most priority, and I said the 2 priority players are Barca 4-person community register. Man, I started La Liga. No, you be to say Rashford. Any Juan Garcia. And what is also Lewandowski? So if Barca is going to start the season without Lewandowski, they will need Marcus Rashford. Even if I'm going to start Ferran Torres, and then you say Ferran Torres can almost start a man in game management, or Brian as Opera will give him who is going to replace him. So listen, Inigo Martinez moving to it wasn't say Barca for no, they were desperate to let the boy go. There was an agreement. Inigo Martinez contract says Saudi club bar allow me to go. People might say, and a basa a person or more per register players or more terminating contract list. And a normal circumstance, only player a sign contract. Now, who club no? Mu terminating contract now. There should be a form of compensation because player no, you also trying to 40 million euros. That scanner and Inigo Martinez, this year and this calendar season. No? Now, Basa says can never be free. They are not going to pay that money, and Basa will use that money to register some of the players. But then it's not enough because Juan Garcia, Massa Fono, I report to say Juan Garcia, Barcelona currently no, they are more operational under 1:1 and yet complete. And Juan Garcia have 25 million installments and the Sunday man on the piano. On meet me Eddie Biak, but then the installments no for the amortization no ain't me cover. So it means that 40 million euros alone from Inigo Martinez cannot register Obi to say Juan Garcia. Now, listen. Let's look at Marcus Rashford. Rashford, you know, your friend is saying, Barcelona. What's in the wage in this world?
Yes.
After reducing the wage, you know, the 40 million euros that Inigo Martinez, you know, it's not still enough to register Marcus Rashford. Although Rashford loan no ban or moon chest can be but it's not still enough. That 80%, you know, is not enough to register Marcus Rashford. Then again, almost also change VIP boss validation. Spotify company. And I feel company say La Liga for approve and send any money they will earn from the VIP boss validation or Spotify company no. Or team the baby shame. That one too is not ready yet. Now, listen to all. Testage injury situation. Also, you already say also bema basa for no. At the report now, then they will use on only 80%. Let me they register some players. And you see, Testage issue when he can say also Yenipa. He wants to go to the World Cup. He believes that's Oba. Obetimi be number one, and Obetimi has cited a lot of example. Oh, Basa team no. Then no find Frankie De Jong. They even threaten him. Say, so because Ombeso be come you contract aba. Now, Ope Basa midfield now. With the exception of Pedri, you cannot mention any other midfielder as equally as important than Frankie De Jong. Rafinha Bebo one season of Basa. As if you call your Hansi Flick by. They wanted to sell him. They were no more forcing Rafinha out. But the boy didn't want to leave. Now last season, Open two players are no mere most important players for a year Barcelona. You can even mention Rafinha as the first person or as the second person behind Lamine Yamal. Multi minimum. So situation where ABS you Barca. So if we are Barca fan, DJ Slim on move to move for say, Edu webi nyakwa ni edidi. Frankie De Jong attempts on call free a team minimum, on free a team minimum, on free a team minimum. Now, alternative no, he became an important figure for Barca team no. Same applies to Rafinha and Marc-Andre ter Stegen. As you believe, he said 3 months no back turn Oba Obetima fighting for the position. And you see, he's not been ungrateful to Barca team. Last season or 2023, when he always extending the contract at the Barcelona no list to or to the wage so to clear some space, to clear a room for some of the players to be registered. Now they believe that or you will be a asset. They believe that or you will be a as an unpercent team to register players. Now listen, Adibakone say the only thing Inigo Martinez deal no, a bit me register some of the players who me register no. Juan Garcia is not enough. Obi to say Rashford is not enough. If Barca for no end me and clear some of the space, some of the room to register Juan Garcia before the season best start here, listen. I think say on me register Oje Sesni, Jared Martin, any Rooney Badjimu, these other players in there, or make me register more. But then, these two players, Rashford, any Juan Garcia, or made the most important players or most set up list, they cannot register them. It's not enough to register, but they are hoping say VIP boys validation and Nema number now. Am I captain every test staging some? Me test staging issue no. Even if me a test staging now, I'll meet because for 3 years on the contract, so he wants to go to the World Cup. The moment Tabaka say. Within the 4 months, you be sideline for 4 months now. At least to Obeje 2 no. Or no coming back to the team will also been an issue. So what you say? So me testage issue in there is something Barcelona fans shouldn't blame the goalkeeper, their captain. They shouldn't blame their captain for say Barcelona for no, they've not been able to register. And so one Laporta, he knew all these things, and as still no person could check the release clause for Inaki Williams. They knew all these things. So even one guy say, "I'm now here crying to me register no," but then they still wanted to watch when Bilbao for the Barca for call La Liga. Maybe explaining say Atletico Bilbao for no, Omandima Inaki. Nebusu for the new Yama say we are not. Although say we are not happy, say one of our own is moving to one of the biggest clubs in England, and boy, and then Asho say he wants to go to and play for Barcelona. But at this moment, we believe that financially, Okobasa M1 offer their two. Danny Omo no any example. When Danny Omo went to Barcelona, not only the player was frustrated. PS are playing. So we as Athletic Bilbao, ya tete echo of Numa, amo babe de who Williams who ye eneno. Yebe more free more, we will make sure say the deal will be smooth and you are going to play. And conquer so because then registration can be quite awesome. And then Rashford come and United. They are finding it very difficult even to register Rashford. They are finding it very difficult to register Juan Garcia. Omko Chani release clause 25 million. Emani buy. And son about or no come go 60 million. So what shall Bilbao for news said the one is one rule Barcelona for the 8 M 50 that rule and they cannot register the boy. Inti Inakina why extending the contract and you say be your own team free Atletico listo. My Barca for the Jessica. Omko camp no money will come. No mon clear books. Now next season summer. Omko Somoko Kucha Brand release clause. The boy will come. Bilbao any boy no entering at the same time because they have a gentleman agreement that if a club that wants to play come no meet me that said amount allow me to go. Inti Testaging, you cannot blame him at this situation. And never know any be 2023 what in the help other players. But now I don't know a bank you want to sideline him and he doesn't want to do that. And they know Hunting and Omodaji Captain Bano finish. So some of the Barca fans might be angry that hey, but then if you know the situation at hand, Inigo Martinez no can say be a Testaging and sign the consent one for the medical report and go but Inigo no and so opportunity now but initial contract if Saudi clubs come at the right offer no Inigo Nipa Barcelona will take it that opportunity. You extend the contract at least more than 40 million euros free. It's in their claim books. They register other players, but then it's still not enough to register one Garcia. That is if VIP boss validation in Bekanwa, it will be enough to register him. Still not enough to register Obitza Marcus Rashford. Now, list two. I'm call Benjamin Sesko. Nyami Adoma. Or no, on any agent no. Elvis Basanovic. A flybar. Manchester in a medical meeting by now be at the Gugusua, Elcosua, Mefanalize be by now cry or any photo shoot near unveiling in Yamanyama and they want to unveil him to the fans at Old Trafford when they are playing against Fiorentina. In fact, I'm more happy that game they are making it say David Deere is coming back to Old Trafford since Ofri Hall. And see Benjamin Sesko Listo for the past 2 weeks, you can't want them the numbers. The potential, the ceiling, the fun, whatever English you used to be, you used to the amount for the past year. It's the same thing when Rasmus Hojlund, Eber United, they had that same issue. But you see, I think this season United are spending more on attack. And the last time I say last season, Listo, United conceded 54 goals. But like I said, for you to be able to win a trophy. The most important thing is say share 4 now, share 5. At the end of the day, you have 1 goal difference plus 3 points. So if every match they will score you 4 goals, then you can outscore opponents to get the 3 maximum points. Nobody cares about the number of clean sheets you keep and want to keep. Last season, Listo, United conceded 54 goals. That is some of the heaviest goals are conceded in the season. But even in the last 10 decades, in the last decade, United above season are conceded 54 goals at least to now amode akọ animu akọ so top 6 the last 10 seasons opa check it United team consider 54 goals 3 times sometimes no make considering now team about top 6 but last season they couldn't. What is the reason? Because they were not scoring. Last season goal difference in the domestic top flights list to now minus 10 because they considered 54 goals and they only scored 44 goals. And ebano the chances creation. Mandika can have the beer teams some create chances baby ye pa top 6 United can home be. Upe player who created the most chances in the Premier League last season 91 was Bruno Fernandes. Emu 10 pe and Hoyland, Amad Diallo, Garnacho, Joshua Zexi, and the other players team they share. In the above season, you know United strikers too, no. Omash 7 goals in the Premier League. I stand to be corrected, but I know that for a fact. Say Hoyland no, or share 7, or share 4, and Joshua Zexi, Rastamantro was Afro Mano, or also share yes. Holland share 4 and Zexi so share 3 goals. So the 2 strikers are listed almost spending over 100 million at the cover mobile. These players scored 7 goals out of the 44 goals that United team in the share overall last season. And you see that was the lowest scoring rate that United had in over 33 years in the sense the Premier League era. Now listen, Marco Kofa Benjamin says Kwaba. And I remember when United cover Ubra Morimba half of the season last season. Remember in the style of play, the patient attacking now say they don't almost cricket almost start to play no papa in the almost slow almost build up. From keeper to defender, diagonal passes, bones of my bar. The moment they will reach phase 3, a whole direct quick play attacking football remember. And Ruben Amorim no. The first ever season with Victor Gyökeres, I don't know your striker, not me running behind the lines, you are good to go. So checking the number of strikers, when United play striker, no more pay. Watkins, Jackson, Johnny Wesa, players who me running through the channels. Players are either they will make off-ball runs, no, whether they will do an overlap running, whether they will do underlap running, no, ebe create space for the number. Double number 10 somewhere behind the striker. Now, right is between the Benjamin Sesko map no and 2 seasons then have to show the Amamia. The first season at Leipzig, this is a player Urban people were comparing him to Haaland. Yeah. You know him to Haaland, so say you're running behind, you're bully defenders, you're running shoulder to shoulder, you're more as the target man. He can do that. That is already the fact that say all why so flourishing under Pep Guardiola and say the players are all behind him. No, they can create chances. You can get 40, 50 plus chances created from any players. Now, in the first season at RB Leipzig, Listo, he played as a focal point, also a target man. In the first season, that was when Obama either said or they Lois Openda and elbow and answer if you bench bar no baby you see Paulson because already they play 2 top and that 2 top now Leipzig Ebono when they are playing one has to stay and one has to drop. So in the first season what are the percentiles now our left side now also I said the cross receiving running in behind it was 90, cross receiver was 72, coming shot was 77, support runs dropping off list of her it was just 1%. But let's see last season there no last season from the first season that's almost more as a focal point as a target manner or running in behind. Last season no drop it only Lois Openda partnership or drop it but more echo wide. Last season no checking the stats and then the percentiles now the support runs from 1% percentiles of dropping off to 63. Massive improvement. It was man lateral rounds, any overlapping runs was 67, and then the area of the ball ahead of the ball was I think 70. Now, Listo coming into Manchester United team no, with the 2 players on my signing now, I 2 players at Listo. Mbuemo, any one Wesa. These 2 players alone. Wesa was the striker. say omumbo passes combination between Mbwemo and Wesa. Listen, omo 166 times compared to last Noye striker for Wolves. Only Match Kunga. Oman should have more passes. Unlike how Mbwemo ne Yohane Wisa in their first ever season, omumbo together. But Kunga nene side striker. I think this was their fourth time. No omumbo sa situ omumbo. I mean that between these two players. Now Sebaros beat me the Kunga says Koni Mbwemo omo touch map, especially last season, from where these players are. Now, Listo, who check it how Ruben Amorim want to set up. He has gotten players. These are three different attacking players on Mbappe lady on attacking them on this season. Sherebia Kunga nya ni touches more from the left side, 8%, 10%, 7%. Now they are cutting in 6 to 7, and some about 4. And him on the inside the box on tiny more touches. Now let's look at Obiti said Benjamin Sesko last season. Because no drop it deep into here. Right in front of the center circle. 6.6555%. And him baby are not dropping deeper. Otimiko wide, Otimba middle, ever baby at Timbeji pass. Now, especially in front of the box, I hold on 9%. And in the box, especially in the 18-yard box, in front of the 6-yard box, only 5%. Now let's go to Brian Mbwemo Listo. Mbwemo 22%. Or the flanks, the left side horo. Onya, so ni Wisa ebo 1-2. Where Wisa will run will determine where Mbwemo need the ball the whether obe cutting or about short tashe, and now or the far end akwakoye cross duasha. Ucheki United attackers thing now. Only new player at the right side horo no or pretty no. Or by Bia 13, 27, 22, 7 or cutting in at 8% or the raw box no at 5%. So when your players are in front of the attacks on because say obetim the Kunga ne the striker in the number. Your movement will determine where Kunga will take the ball go. Kunga they always be on time fan court side. Who your striker who drop it off, who create space manner. So at this case, Benjamin Sesko used to the 2 seasons at Leipzig actually say he can play as the focal point. In that focal point and say, or boss the number 9. Say Mbwemo muni Kunga munyaba or Babe running in behind the striker. Now who running in behind the defenders are what happens? A creative space for double number 10s no mobile. So the off ball runs no will be very crucial for Benjamin Sesko and Brian Mbwemo now. So Castle or drop it off. Aba beji ball so a bit creative space for both Kunha and Brian Mbwemo. Kapara betting this Kunha video na back so there was a lot of videos but you team for the number. And last season you know the partnership between Mbwemo and Kunha in Wesa scoring 19 goals and Mbwemo scoring 20 goals. That is these two players. Yeah. And they assisted and almost assisted more than any other teammates ever. And watch the Kunha video no so the same thing. So listen, I think the United for no almost issue Kunha when you're born free writer striker no drop you off or the manner when a called space. So say United and like last in Pia Boy no Kunha right now Kunha Pia Boy in the man Mbwemo akwa 3v3 against the opponents. So you look at the situation now. I think say this is Kunha. List of your movement of last thing you say alright no train. Is it fights? Akwana has between say David Luiz no. Or being or creative space. Then Akwana striker and also do deep at the bottom of Kunha be. Now Kunha jibo wa yi Sumari any all the midfielders in the film. Akwa 3v3 against the striker Bruno Fernandes who ran in behind then also Brian Mbwemo. So coach in there when you're in the style of strikers are omitting but now ni build up no e wo ho maka just obu patient attacking football na build up last season listo only Manchester City and na omo ball a low and a slow build up that Manchester United into new coach no he needs striker obey yes patient attack no and last season they couldn't score more offended goals because obeka se Hoyland ewa oyetitia but listo Hoyland any Joshua Zexi Obunina is 6 feet 3 6.3. They are tall. Say any yakaso be a tall. Oh boy from 6 feet to go piano. You are tall. So last season list to
say heading a ball is a technique.
Yes,
you can be yeah, will be more tiapa, but they can pick
yes,
area ball.
Area ball.
Last season list to Rasmus Then you have 25% of the area balls are contested here. The least by any other striker in the Premier League. Only Joshua Zirkzee. Now, this player Ebemuno, Sekavaro is beating me the Sesko as a target man versus Hoyland and Joshua Zirkzee the Nakahwa. At least, what is the so you play as a target man? Say a low build up in your ball now or longer. I did also say either so bit magic ball. So to me, edge ball now. What do you have to do again? You have to lose the defender. Into Watkins, Nicholas Jackson, Alexander Isak. Any even a bit to say Holland corner. People believe that only footworks. Say Holland. Say the rare man Bernardo Silva long pass manner.
Haaland, you are talking about.
Sorry, Haaland. No more long pass manner. Listen. Ojibwana on shile nima you but because of our money or the Sababo to maybe then no one lose you. So this is successful take ons per 90. Any area duels won. Look at where Benjamin Sesko is. So Man United S sharing with Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal more press on then almost slow build up. They would have to go longer. They have somebody I'll wait my day. Ajiji boss and Osanso Jibona he can also take on. No Osanso why look at the map. She will be a Zirkzee and rush from Holland. So some of the area duels no cool. Take on Snumpono and Sanso Holland no Sanso Jibona. On Timmy Sanso Chin. No Timmy Sanso Chin. Any defenders in frame. Then again, you look at another one and you see United for a double threat that is with own positive dribbling any passing. So the ball now come striker. Now Kunha Mbwemo say the ball more. Omo dribble, omo pass accuracy in the camp. Esanso to sing. Now look at baby Kunha and Mbwemo that is ball carries. Yenji ball fan twitching name fan and pass positive passes into our top one. Almost say positive forward dribblers. Then as a honey then positive forward passes. And your pass or bar say you shall be Mbwemo and Kunha. They are even ahead. Kunha put the air ahead of Bruno Fernandes. The passing quality no is very positive. Samson and Mbwemo. In some much more no chain. Almost final passes no. Almost the player at the right passing right pass for you as a striker and the ball no you have to take on and also make sure so you convert the chances. Or call Leipzig you know. In 2 seasons under Leipzig they haven't been better. First season 14 goals. Second season 13 goals. Malik Kanka said he has the quality, he has whatever potential he believes Oba he will fit into coach the kind of striker. But now United team on this too. Upe saw a slow build up. You need a midfielder. Say a person gidi be our some time ago. Me catch say I will be very happy. Senka United for Kokofa Baliba. And currently I'm happy say the player has been linked with the team, but for United to get him will be very hard because Brighton for
the sky already Brighton only 100 million.
But
and 104.
Yes, one thing is that United has to sell. So in terminal, right now they've been able to buy Benjamin Sesko, and I told you the reason why Benjamin Sesko cannot cheer for Benjamin Sesko anymore. They are paying installments, and it's our cost cutting no all these years. No, it has been something abnormal. Okay. But to raise 100 million for Baleba. Any Ghana Unyanton, Sancho Unyanton Anthony, right? So you have to be able to bit maton all these places. But so in terms now, Baleba beba, no abebo. Obi Beka say about Ogate. You see, Ogate, Manuel Ogate was part of Ruben Amorim first season or Sporting. But then Ogate the near sa shenki kids no. But then who will one never build the board in their fans? And Kobe Menu, as a United football team rely on also. Casemiro they cannot rely. So there's a reason why this season, even if United for his situation, they will have a Shenkika in there. But Ugarte no, the mistakes no, and a yard. So if they get somebody who can do the dirty works or be butu man for be winning boss, then he can also be a press resistance. In Kobe team United. Okay. But if they don't get anyone, they'll still go into the season with Bruno Fernandes and Manuel Ugarte as the starting pivots in midfield. Okay. And I think they have to do their goals no more consider, you know. It's something that very bad. Okay. But if they're able to outscore the number of goals of Mosha I think they can do better this season. This tour.
Okay. Chelsea they almost squad numbers above one thing. It would be better to so am I. The first one, number 1, Robert Sanchez, Marco Corella, number 3, Tosin, number 4, but they are still number 5, Liverpool 6, Pedro Neto 7, 8, Enzo Fernandez, 9, Liam Delap, 10, Kupama, 11, into 11, no, Gittins na Alpha 11, no, Philip Jorgensen 12, Dario Sungo 14, Nicolas Jackson still part of the squad 15, Andre Santos 17, Christopher Nkuku 18, Joao Pedro 20, Jaro Hato 21, Trevor Chaloba 23, Rhys James 24, Moise Caicedo 25, Malo Augusto 27, 29 Wesley Fofana, Aaron Aselmino 30, Tariq George 32, Josh Champon 34, Estevao 41, Gabriel Slonina 44, and Romeo Lavia 45. Into Chelsea squad. Chelsea squad. You know, sir, your uncle for more team numa. Omo Lucy a year squad numbers. Into Osho Beauty say Raheem Sterling or a still Chelsea player on his squad number. Amando Broya, the or movie call way that. Into a David Dastro Fofana or a Chelsea player on his squad number. Abrante Efreno
Disasi
Mudrik and so losing the squad number and in the situation is at here honum Chukwuemeka the move no and yeah possible only squad number Abrante Efreno Benchiwo a Chelsea player only squad number Renato Vega na manfo bebre ka say anka ene Liverpool left-footed center back na pra ntin komo integrating no and anopa we are squad list ne buy no ana number ne ka ho no o ma manage number, so it means they will sell him. Abrante Ayefre no outfield good cry so sa wenya squad number and the sassy so yes Azo the sassy. And so any
number 2.
Yeah. Only so any squad number. Antino. Clear the players are and yet they are only Chelsea dear. I just a miracle be then. AC Omoni Chelsea in Terminal dear. Like we say Nicolas Jackson and Christopher Nkuku, they are still part of the squad, almost squad number. So it is possible say they will leave or they might not leave into Omamomo squad number. I don't know one. Nanra and Bobo ko efreno Villarreal ade party na wo hwe omo announcement na omo de ba na timi so omo de party ato frame mu and omo announce no 2 years contract omo announce no anti party na da ho no ya so be nkese na amafo hu de ocho omo Odumase Krobo, Ghana, Thomas Partey, 2025-2026. And the age, it was 1 year.
2 years.
2 years. Okay, 2025 and 2026.
More of a 1 year and an option for
plus
an
one.
Yes.
Okay. Until almost in the age 1993. Omapa. Now, omo wie no mo di statement ankasa there by statement no na interesting we me person you read this statement no na you can one or two be there at the found or say Villarreal FC and Thomas Partey have reached an agreement for the Ghanaian footballer to join the Yellows ahead of the 2025-2026 season. The player will join up with his new teammate tomorrow at the training ground. Thomas Partey Krobo Odumase, 13 June 1993, is a complete midfielder with great stamina and exceptional physical attribute. He is an excellent ball winner and has the ability to start moves from deep. The African footballer also boasts a good shot from mid-range and has the ability to break lines when driving forward. The exceptional Ghanaian midfielder has earned more than 50 caps for his national team. He has also represented Arsenal FC, Atletico Madrid, UD Ameria, and RCD Mallorca. With the English side, he won the FA Community Shield. Arsenal, 5 years Community Shield now. While with Madrid outfit, he lifted the La Liga title 2020-2021, the UEFA Super Cup 2018-2019, and the UEFA Europa League 2017-2018. I have seen I'm person among 14. On the other hand, the club is also aware that the player is currently involved in legal proceeding in England. The player firmly maintains his innocence and denies all charges against him. The club respects the fundamental principle of the presumption of innocence and will await the outcome of the judicial process, which will be responsible for clarifying the facts of the case. Due to the law in England in relation to ongoing proceedings, the club is unable to comment further. Villarreal FC wishes to clearly reiterate its strong commitment to respect and diversity and firmly condemns any act of violence in all its forms, including gender-based violence, discrimination, racism, xenophobia, or any behavior that undermines the dignity of individuals. Obi be say esi dem ma Villarreal for after Oma announce a church munia esi dem omo ka eye ni legal battle. Say legal battle no dey between party any the English court. Na Villarreal dey nka mo dey nka fam ho ben. Dey tin say a brand news ni ba abontin say Partey is on the verge of joining Villarreal. About 800 to 1,000 a year supporters of Villarreal are signing online petition, almost signatures, saying say almost person almost club on the bed join, almost club on the bed signing Thomas Partey. Emma to the extent say almost supporters president a granting interviewer also any strong warning say almost yard so bracha no mo sign Partey a ye Villarreal penny for no ombe bu Partey say osi akan ni nyina ne say omo believe say the fact say ya charge Partey 5 counts plus 1 making 6 ya charging any there or you guilty. And yet Villarreal supporters chairman only believe say me list was me who na make say or you raper or you rapist or bo man na so bo we are the first time I cannot say ampa or you rapist. Eating on a club on Ababeka say discrimination, attacks, and they don't condone it. And until say court in the Beka say Partey Edifono, they are giving the player opportunity to play for them. This is where I may bought a Villarreal penny for Abaso pa. Paul Mabaso Villarreal penny for who say Yemu bijidia ya wa yemu say e ma bi ye gold diggers e ma bi ye bad. Omo de ne say I just say omo come closer to you. Now omo person omo take advantage of the situation, no making sure say they will make a hell out of your life. There are women they hate men. For whatever reason, they hate men. And he said, "One you lucky now kukushia sa oba no pe." No, they hate ni yeden. Also to the extent say, "Ebi mu to me kwa to me kumu." Obe tete, obe abusive, but because of so you bema, you cannot come out and speak. Men are not trained to express our emotions. When you bring out kasa bebre say, bema na we emotional sir. Doesn't really make sense. Ti mema bebre sofa if he emba omuye nipa bone fo nsem, but mema need to be ma bonte me head e ma meka. And wo hwe eye ababa wa na ye beka na asem wa na. Eye pate who believe say you be gold digger or no person chese or socket digger wo so onya muska. E wo say mema ni tieska. At the man, it's a nepate, a ben no, we pate who say no, baba we on your papa, or train no. And I feed you, what say, or bow to me, it did be much, was who repu, sabi or talk. Ababe repu him another different dates, different years. What's that dinner cheap? And then they call a year Spain, and then they call holidays. Now repu ben no. Ye repu na wudi echire, ye repu na wudi echire. Eti Villarreal mpanifo ne yemu bi adwen ekọ benkrom se court no enkasa ampa asem na ma na ka no nukra bi o because court for no they will get opportunity to analyze a lot of things, a lot of material evidence, chats, conversation, because Benjamin Mendy there no there were conversation that say predetermined. There were conversation that say, "Akwa say, say oya party a mo no ayamo de say mo join the party no one force obia." There was nothing like force. It was a lady na establish say indeed party force no. Na ye force the free England ye fa wo share play mu by force wo chichiro and we to play mu ekọ eye Ibiza ekọ repeal. It's a honor or prove say a quite mess na party force in England and a call a year Mabella Honum. It's a Villarreal supporters, you know. You need to come to terms with it, say, look, Nipano Ojamrano, you improving what be bia say with default. For you people to say, and I'm be boon and I'm be say. And the party started training me. Person the video ne to so. Na me ka say me chira party. Say he should be forever grateful to Villarreal. And Villarreal penny for. He should be forever grateful. And it was so oyini yam. Na obo ball like chain. The oboma asna na. Community should pen on the man no. On board the chain sir because Villarreal omo the Europa League. A club World Cup, what do you call it? Super Cup. Omo Chelsea club. It is their club omo to me winning trophies. Now we omo Arsenal. They have some good players in there. Eti Thomas Partey should be grateful to Villarreal. And I was say okuni hodema Villarreal because onu ani mo ase. Onu ani mo emu ase ebi mo bua ne kumfo ebi mo bua ne fo emreko aman we am ye nyina wa ha oni ehu ade om de ye Benjamin Mendy utimi say mentally he has lost it at 2 years of battles ade koba eba say MYBET 200 na omo nyina ba betwa ntro de ato no so wotumi defeat omu nyina obae na opese osabobon oko Lorraine amfa oko Zurich amfa we hear the quality of Benjamin Mendy left back papa bi na wasa Pep Guardiola be sign. Benjamin Mendy was a Man City key player, won trophies with them. These ladies they came together and decided to bring him down and they were successful. Iti odo Arsenal for omo man community shield but omo ya ade because 2021 na issue ni started say boboba. Titi anka me man say odi anka 2022 abeye public na media na started some publishing no. So Arsenal anya abotre anka mo terminate party contract. Anka from 2020 anka 3 years now. Anka afi ni ya charge no 3 years now anka enei anka ni career wo hen. Can career den e wo hen. Enti Arsenal e be bo Arsenal for abaso. Na ye de abaso body kese na kasa so de ama Villarreal. Na e wasa pate area den. The confidence now we impose in you no. Obe replicate with good performances. 9.5 performances. Ube training ding. Na ube wie ball ne kra no. What retire wo ho because obo boy emu odin they will continue to let you play another year by the close of the year ebia na asem no ya batuogu court na batuogu wakoso abo uwia what serve club no e was say ultimate serve Villarreal because I didn't know my yama no enye easy ye nyina ye kase na brofo ye say but you bruni na stand in for ye Thomas Partey and who say massa until say ye be prove you say what the for no ye be more opportunity mo abo no because a man him say bi mu ye bad Segessen almost sheda ene ya ante nka biem Iceland need this year onim ball pose pa ya penny a suspended football club near suspended. Say we differ, say nipa ni twan so twan so what on near suspended. It Villarreal pen for say the natural justice say you are not guilty until say you're proving otherwise. Court of competent jurisdiction that proves say we are guilty no. You to be well for. And I know na me here the make us me Paul Villarreal from Penifar Basso. I me catch up party say he should be grateful to the club and ensure say high level of discipline, high level of professionalism, and a high level of performance on the informal Villarreal for no. Because the Yama no top level club be no anko be sade no. Villarreal top club. Uko England, uko Spain they are top club. So me more another opportunity. Say play at the highest level. Eti ebebo mabaso pa mo 1 minute na fe
yes asem na kan dey no anu no o hwe Benjamin Mendy time and hu nsem ne ba edu baby City for suspending no be see ene City for ni sika sem no ni payment ni nyama ebi akokike mu a afi na ono nso etwe so betimi nya mostly no o hwe nsem si a clubs ni bebre pese o mo twem hu free players no but we input there to the extent say player ni a free agent o and a club ni pese o twe player ni mpo ben ne ho because the Man United Greenwood besi ene Man United for pompe ni mahwe because of ADAC
so we share brand and quality
yes we quality kuta Greenwood as see and ball machine enye ball kitwa but the nay se Villarreal agia tum so bema Thomas Partey abo one ejina one performance and secondly omu ogidie nso woni mu say senior player no abebo Spanish clubs ni bida omu nim ne modern ball Spain ho omu nim so obi o basabasa nte nei omo amadwen so omu de omu nsa ayeden atuni kom man is opportunity so bebo and you be work Villarreal for abaso
okay
because mostly we a club na bibi say si now do who ko shema one year lucky in the end hwe nei omo fans cry kuti
yeah because nei say a big risk and yes. Taking say assume say okotia say
o ho akire
people
yes intino I think they are taking the risk based on believe omo wo player animu no omo ogidie say player ni so betimi enya ne ho free in some way now say now kind pattern so this is one thing na yenim say bibi say si a mostly we Benjamin Mendy or sign Chico of France
yeah
it's likely bibi say si a
ubeko okrom
think better say dia Ghana club be na be na dream so be
jim opportunity
betimi etu eske
and no we boni free kotoko no ko ba boni free
and e be problem nti say Villarreal ti megine mu say nei brana be bomom no maje o say ya ade a betimi da do ma sia that good performance in na in games in himself fans yes I no motie you be ka say tia wa ba put up good performance 2-3 games against big teams we say package name am yetimi win a odo ne san beba into fans need I think for the first game second game there onya that welcome reception but as game ne koso no bibia betimi atoyi ono ade obetimi aye e de ada Villarreal fo ase e de ada mpanifo mu di Villarreal na ase ne say put up a good performance Spain hono so okono enye performance on the pitch pe ne attitude outside the pitch so e say bibia timi koyi senia enkofa bibi foforo nsa amfa mbesi asem no so nti ye be Villarreal fo aba so senia kan Arsenal fo so yembo maba so because during that case ni na no omo protective player na bibia koyi Man City a big example my na Benjamin Mendy omo suspended no straight up say ne omo mane mbo team na ne no so ne carrier na kwa kosi se ne ba kosi ba Arsenal protecting no kopem say contract ne ndi ne nyame aboa no amo etimi another top club Villarreal onye small club about European competition uyi Sevilla from the Spanish side omo no me another club omo timi dominate pa inti ene ye dynamic asisi wetimi enya no so ntimi mbo no homodin input up a good performance ebe boa ama Villarreal so akonini.
Okay.
I think if we a club now, we are desperate for a player in a quality like Thomas Partey, you would go length and breadth, to secure him. And now,
are they desperate? I'm not sure they are desperate.
If they are not, if they are not desperate,
they you see. We shouldn't Villarreal.
No, they're desperate. They are not desperate.
They are not desperate. It's almost said there's opportunity to sign a quality player.
It's not about desperate. You know, say the quality Thomas Partey possesses.
Yes.
And listen, Partey can play 2 years for Villarreal. Partey can decide, but what season we will call Saudi. Saudi for they can pay good money.
Money for Villarreal.
So Villarreal for no. And if we not Thomas Partey, arguably, even if you are not desperate to sign him, but he's one of the best defensive midfielders you can find in world football currently. And he enters into every team. So Partey joining them a plus for them. And he's a player that on the Spanish league, so much since Ofri Ghana call Amanone. Spain are on the ball until Ofri Atletico Madrid. And they are about Arsenal. And now I think say a foot because Ofri send all kind of Villarreal for no match say they need him. And they will stand by him. Omoya West and September 2nd, he will go for a trials. And Sam Renudra, they won't force him. They will allow him to go. They know the circumstance surrounding the issue. And as a club too, they will do some legal investigations before they will do it. They all did that, and now Greenwood is hitting the ground running. But then some of the players could do somewhere. For them getting back, I think so. So I think that TP, he all calling the bond the Bokako. We are just hoping at why we believe so maybe in the case things will go as planned. Then he also help Villarreal to secure Champions League football. They probably win some trophies and maybe will be free no so free.
Okay, me options kakra ha ma me boss na informative for. Copy Gane ayibebo. Ahus over 1.5 and a year Inter Turku more Finland home win Bobo Kwa friend a year Viborg and Sojeski over 1.5 Chelsea ne Bayer Leverkusen away goal Galatasaray Istanbul over 2.5 Galatasaray kwa away akobo one Gaziantep over 2.5 and Brentford and Borussia Mönchengladbach bebo friendly game Borussia Mönchengladbach away goal Dynamo Zagreb elbow home on a newly promoted side to score 2 and Sporting Lisbon and Casapia Lisbon over 1.5.
Okay, into me odds me de match for a weekend numu into 15 odds and I'm de match for Chelsea any Bayern Leverkusen game Chelsea win or draw 1.5 or Leeds any AC Milan Leeds United any AC Milan win or draw and a 1.5 Everton any AS Roma win or draw 1.5 Monaco ni Inter Milan and also over 2.5. Man United Fiorentina over 2.5 and a Cologne any Atlanta game on but Atlanta win or draw. Code no a CXGY MYBET.AFRICA.
All right, my selection for the day no first game AA Limassol any Neon Paralimini Esibebo over 1.5 goals in that game. Levante and Castellon ebebo side game so over 1.5 goals in that game. AS Monaco any International Minal ebebo and also over 1.5 goals in that game. Sanso and Uzbek any Pisa and also over 1.5 goals in that game. Chelsea Bayer 04 Leverkusen was Stamford Bridge. Chelsea to win. Code no NXGY.
Alright, nyame adoma Monday yabeba na afi yaba be preview yabe review ne preview the games are ewe yenim na bibia so etumi akoye yakramo.